out there, and there's still a lot of very significant drug dealers in Mobile, but they are on our radar, and we will keep on plugging away. I said, yeah, we could have done stuff like this, not to this scale, but close to it, for a period of time. Just, this was so significant, we thought it'd be a good, to show the community what our team is out there doing.
Is this representative of a increased drug problem in the county or of a decreased drug problem in the county? Kind of where are we at on like?
Well, we're doing our best to decrease it,
Yeah,
but
right.
it's held steady. I mean, unfortunately, illegal drugs have been, part of the United States, part of Mobile County for as long as I can. I've been doing this almost 37 years, and I can, I started out working in narcotics, and it was the same back then, but it's crack back then.
So you would say a lot of this was here, home base. This wasn't caught moving through on.
Some of it was, but most of it's here home based. Yeah.
And were these mainly search warrants where you're going into houses, or was it?
Houses, cars, houses, vehicles. There were a lot of search warrants that were executed.
And through many weeks of investigation where you're doing like undercover buys and that sort of thing to establish it, or you're getting a tip and going to a judge and moving fast?
Yes. all the above.
How many of these cases had previous drug charges?
I would say most. I don't have that number in front of me, but somebody who's dealing in this amount of drugs usually has a history.
Sheriff, before the Glock switch law took effect at the state level, did you run into situations where you ran into these devices and there was nothing else that you could hold someone on and had to let them go and then refer to the feds and kind of backtrack it after the fact? Did that happen?
That's the way that it worked before the law went into effect.
Now, how often did that happen where you had an opportunity, you could have made an arrest, but you couldn't because you didn't have anything else?
That was rare, because typically those who have a Glock switch, there are usually other criminal charges that go along with those, such as drug possession, active warrants. I don't know that we've ever had someone that the only thing they had was a Glock switch or a gun with a Glock switch.
But it gives you, I guess, more flexibility to move faster if you don't have to bring the feds in first.
Yes. And because those are two separate jurisdictions, those who are caught in possession can be charged state and federal and face penalties in both jurisdictions. All right. Again, thank y'all for coming, and look for more of this to come.
We wanted to ask about the child abuse case.
Should we do it now, or?
Should we do it now, or?
That's fine.
Yeah, whatever you want.
We had some follow-up questions. Do you happen to know when the video that we've all seen by now, when that incident actually occurred?
I haven't been briefed by our detective yet, so I don't.
Do we know how recent it was?
Lori, can you reach out,
Yeah,
please?
We could hear your voice discussed of seeing that last night, but now we're looking at you face to face. I mean, just tell us again what when you saw that.
Yeah, it's like I said, I forget who all I talked with last night on the phone, but, all four of my children know what a belt feels like, but that's discipline's supposed to be for corrective action. That went way beyond that, based on my opinion, based on the opinion of many others. And there were 20-something strikes. The child's pleading for her to stop. And then, to snatch him up by his hair and, yell and curse the way that she did, working for a Christian school, I thought was repulsive. And so, it's sickening to see somebody do that to their child. And I can't get into details about interviews with the investigation, but I can tell you this was not a first-time occurrence, and this is not the only child that has been a victim of this type of behavior.
So there could be additional charges.
There probably will be.
How far is too far? What's the line? I know there's a statute that outlines what child abuse is, but what's?
That would be that'd be a case-by-case thing, depending on what triggered that event. I mean, I'm just trying to think of scenarios, well, you know, if a child assaults their parent, then obviously you're gonna ramp it up just a little bit. But, I mean, 20-something strikes, and then I think the last one was across the arms. I don't see what that accomplished. I mean, that's clearly excessive. There's not a defined definition within the law of what is excessive. That's, you know, based on the circumstances and really the opinion of, you know, the prosecutors and a jury.
And do you think that additional charges, your office will sign off on the warrants, or this will be something that goes before the grand jury, and then the grand jury will determine the additional charges?
It all depends. Again, they are still doing interviews with family members and potential witnesses. And based on what, you know, it comes out of those interviews, as we always do, we will discuss with the DA's office and come up with the appropriate charges and/or a decision to send it to grand jury.
Do we know what set her off in this video? What was the, what did you do
I couldn't make it out, but I mean, I don't know what, you know, that's really not a great question, because what could a child do that would, you know, cause something like that to happen?
Sheriff, that video was Sunday the 16th.
Okay. So, for those of you, the video that was, you know, spread around social media and sent to us was from Sunday, November 16th.
Was it first reported to you guys by the school, or someone sent you guys the video?
They sent it to our crime tips, and I got probably 6 or 8 texts from people yesterday morning with the video. So yesterday was the first time that we were made aware of it.
But I guess it was multiple, it was the school, multiple people. I was just curious, like, who first reported?
Yeah, I don't know.
And Julie knows how she was contacted too.
Come on up here, Julie.
Julie.
So this is Sergeant McGuire that runs our ICAC unit, who also works these kind of cases.
Okay, the answer to the question is the brother went to the school yesterday, reported it to the school, and then as soon as they got all the information, the school contacted the Mobile Police Department, because that's their jurisdiction. And once the Mobile Police Department got there, they realized that it happened in Grand Bay, and so they called the sheriff's office. But the school called law enforcement immediately after they were shown the video. And from my understanding, the brother posted the video on Facebook after speaking with the school.
And it was taken down, and other people captured it.
Right.
What's your first name?
Julie McGuire.
You spell McGuire?
McGuire.
And then, how many other children were there in the house, and kind of where are they now? Are they with some?
There's
other
3
families?
children in the house, and they have been sent to stay with a family member.
Ages?
2 12-year-olds, they're twins. The victim was 12, and then they have an 18-year-old brother that lives in the house. He's still in school also.
So is the victim and the victim's twin brother?
Correct, and their older brother.
And there's an older brother that does not live in that home also, if I'm not
Correct,
mistaken.
he's the one that brought the video to the school.
Do you have information about whether this has been a long, ongoing abusive situation?
All of that's still ongoing in the investigation.
And do you have any information about kind of what prompted her rage on Sunday?
Had to do with chores. He didn't do the chores the way she wanted him to do them.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
And, yeah, John, I was just gonna explain one more thing, unless you wanna ask him something.
Sure, go ahead.
So I failed to say this at the beginning. Also in your packet, to the right, are stats from K-9, Interstate Interdiction, and SWAT, which is under the special ops. So that's different from here, but it includes some ICE arrests that happened during that time period. And you'll see the date up there, September to November. So just wanted you to know that.
So we're about to turn these cameras around. Do these guys, yep, that's what I was gonna ask.
There you go. That's all you had to say.
Had any other abuse been reported previously, or is this the first time that abuse has been?
To my knowledge, this is the first time. Julie, is that correct? Has there been any previous complaints of abuse?
No, this is
Yes,
the first
I-
time.
First time been raised in law enforcement?
They contacted the
But to be fair, what can happen, as in many assault cases, it may be 2-3 days before bruising starts to show up. So, you know, there will be follow-up examinations to see if that is the case.
Can they charge just based off of if the child says that this happened, or do they need physical proof, like this video, or?
I mean, if there's something to substantiate it, like a witness or something, but just a child making that allegation without anything to prove it would be pretty hard to prove.
So it sounds like it's gonna rely on the children cooperating with the other children's accounts of what took place.
Yeah, and the video.
Quite damning.
Well, for additional charges.
Yes, yeah.
And once Chad downloads his pictures, I'll send, because he's really good with his camera, I'll send y'all what he's
Okay.
shot in here as well.
That'll
for
be
still
good.
photos.
Thank you.
Anything else?
I think we're clear to turn these cameras around.
Yep, looks like you cleared the room.
It didn't take much, did it?
Didn't at all.
You said you started in narcotics, right?
Well, patrol for
I'll go ahead and
with
send it.
I work narcotics.
Put it down and say that you want to do it that first week in
Does
December.
anything like surprise you from this operation? Or have you like seen it all at this point?
Well, I mean, I've seen a lot of it,